So hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I definitely have obsessions. Like, I've learned this since doing YouTube over the past 6 months. I'm going in and out of phases, what I love, what I don't like. I'll make something once and think never doing that again. But this, oh boy, this, yeah, it's taken over my life for the last 2 days. So basically last weekend I went for a walk over the woods with my godson and he found a rock. He found a lovely little rock and it had a flower on it and it made us smile, and we were quite excited to find it hidden in the bushes. And on the back it had a message and it said Love on the Rocks UK, and it actually told us to take a photo of the rock and post it on the Facebook page Love on the Rocks UK. And that was it. Since then I can't even lie, because it has taken over my life. The last 3 days I have been a tad bit obsessed, but that's okay because it's too hot to go outside and it's the weekend. So yeah, this is what I have purchased since then. I bought a pack of these pens. These were recommended to me, but they are not a necessity. You don't need to have them. They're called POSCA pens. They are paint pens and they're fabulous. They have lots of bright colours and they can paint over any surface. So I ordered some of these, and then I went to B&Q Friday night because I couldn't wait. I had to go and I bought a bag of these rocks. These are giant, well, they're not all giant, but I bought a big bag of white rocks for, they were about £10. I don't know how many were in the bag, but I'd say at least 100. Yeah, I bought a bag of those. So remember that, you know, picking pebbles up off the beach is, I believe, illegal. So in your best interest, if you do become a rocker, as I believe I now am, don't go to Brighton, because you will just sit on the beach and cry. It will be like being in a chocolate shop and not being able to buy any chocolate. So do either buy your pebbles or use pebbles you have laying in your garden, or rocks that you have laying in your garden. As I said before, you don't need to spend the money on fancy products or POSCA pens, etc. This can be utterly free. So if you have pebbles in your garden or your friends' gardens, and you have a pen in your house, that is all you need to just put a picture or a message on a rock, make someone's day, make them smile, and yeah, let's crack on with the rest of the video. I'm gonna quickly show you guys today how to make a really simple rock. This one here, it's one of my favourites so far. It's a dreamcatcher, and on the side it says Sweet Dreams. And it had quite a lot of positive responses on the Facebook page, and I just want everyone to know how easy it is to do, even though from a distance you'll think, gosh, that looks quite detailed. But you know what, when you zoom in and you realise it's just a series of circles and lines, it really is a simple one. So for this particular rock, I'm actually using some basic emulsion paints that I've got in tester pots, but usually I will use POSCA pens. I have actually primed the surface with my Rust-Oleum surface primer, and to put a top coat on so that it stays in the weather, stays good in the weather, I'm using this top coat as well. So yeah, that's what you'll need for this one. So let's get to it. So the base coat of this rock is just grey. I just thought the white on the grey would just look really pretty. So I've done a base coat in the grey, and all you'll need to do for that is do light grey with a tip of dark on the corner of the brush. So I'm going to give them a really good shake, and then I'm just going to work from the lids. I'm not dipping my paintbrush into the pot at all. So I'm going to load the paintbrush completely with the light grey, like so. Got a whole ton of paint on there. And then just with the tip and the corner of the brush, I'm going to dip it in the dark so that I'll get that two shaded ombre look. And then I'm going to pick up my rock and I'm just going to go around the outside with the dark on the outside. Okay, that is the base coat of the grey. It does have a darkish line around the outside, a bit like the original one that I made. But I'm going to let that dry now. It's about 3,000 degrees outside, so I'm going to put it out in the sun and hopefully that will dry in a matter of minutes and we'll be back to paint the dreamcatcher. Right, so my rock is now dry. It's been sitting out in the garden for 10 minutes and we're just going to carry on with a white POSCA pen to do the dreamcatcher. What I said in the beginning, it really is a simple design. It's purely a series of circles and joined up with zigzags, lines, stripes, triangles, whatever you fancy really. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start here and I'm just going to see if I can zoom in. Whoa. Is that zoomed in enough? Yeah, zoomed in enough? Okay. Up to you where you put your lines. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be symmetrical. It doesn't have to. There's no rule. So you do what you want to do, and it will come out the way you want it to come out. I'm going to add a few dots, even though you know there's people out there that will be saying, well, dots won't work because they're made of lace or crochet material, but this is a rock, guys, so you do what you want, you have your own rules. I'm going to add a few dots just because I think it makes for pretty detail, so I'm going to put some little dots in each triangle and work around. Feathers also are easier than they look. I'm going to zoom out a bit. I'm going to put 3 feathers on, similar to this one. And remember, there's no rule. Feathers, there's no 2 feathers the same, so there's absolutely no rule. These have got a bit of a leafy point on the top, on the ends. Some feathers are more rounded, but it's up to you guys because it's your rock. So just going to get your pen, and you're going to be rough if you want. Let me zoom in again. So I'm just going to go like, I'm going to put 1 here, 1 in the middle and 1 on the outside, and then you go from there out, in, scribble scribble scribble, scribble 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 until you come to the end. Do a smoother one on this side and that's it, that's your feather. You can then take your marker and go up a little bit just to represent the lines in the feather and bring it down the middle, and that's 1 feather done, and we'll do another 2 and then we are done. That is it, guys, all done. That is the dreamcatcher rock. It is way smaller than the other one. I'm going to zoom out again. It is way smaller than the other one. You'll see this one takes up my whole hand, and this is a little dinky version. Now on the side I am going to write sweetest dreams. You can write whatever you want. Your rock is your own. It can be any writing, but I'm going to go with sweetest dreams. Okay, that's written down the side of the rock, and I think I'm going to leave that one there. So as I was saying at the beginning of the video, the rock I found was from a group called On The Rocks UK. And since my godson found the rock last weekend, I have learned that pretty much every town, every borough has their own rock collecting group. But this group is quite big. I think there's 70 to 80,000 or 80,000 members, roughly. And this is what I saw on the back of the rock we found. So this is what I'm putting on the back of the rocks that I am painting. So Love on the Rocks UK, and this is all optional. You don't have to do this Facebook sign. Take a picture, share on Facebook, keep or rehide. It's entirely up to you. So I did my first drop yesterday in local woods here, and my first rock was found this morning, and I'm so I don't know how excited I got. It was honestly like, yeah, I was like a child opening birthday presents. Somebody posted like, oh, we just saw a post that your rock has been found, and I was like, what? Let me check. And yeah, it had been found by a lovely lady who's keeping it. So that was quite a compliment that they liked it enough to keep it. But yeah, anyway, look, to finish these rocks off, you do need to seal them. You need to seal them from the weather. Again, lots of different opinions on this, and you guys can just go with whatever one you want. I'm using the protective top coat from Rust-Oleum. I'm not even sure if this is worth using for outside, I don't know, but look, it's what I'm trying. And because I just already had it here from my previous videos, as you would have seen, and it gives this lovely, I don't know if the light is going to catch it on there, it gives a lovely sheen to the rock. And I also sealed the back to make sure this writing does not come off. And here are just a few examples, because I did a drop yesterday, as I was saying, but of course I came home knowing that there was a lot of work to be done in the house, so I decided to paint some rocks instead. So here are some of the rocks I did yesterday. Guys, you can do anything. You don't even have to paint a picture. You can just put a message on there. If you do have a go at doing this for Love on the Rocks UK, they do have different themes, I've noticed, in the 3 or 4 days since I've been a member. People who help us, or emergency services, or the NHS. They have lots of different themes, so you can really get involved if you like to draw, or if you just want to send a message out to people that matter to you, to let them know that they matter. And yeah, the idea is to spread the love, spread the joy, make people smile, because it definitely made me smile when my godson found it. It really did. It was like, wow, someone took time out to make this rock and put it somewhere for somebody else to find. So that is it from me, guys. I hope you enjoy the video.